Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella recently made a bold claim that Windows is the biggest gaming business in the world. He emphasized Microsoft's desire to ensure games are enjoyed everywhere, across consoles, PCs, mobile devices, cloud, and even TVs. On the surface, it's a sweeping statement positioning Microsoft as a multi-platform gaming powerhouse. But when you dig deeper, questions emerge. If gaming is such a critical part of Microsoft's strategy, why did the company ultimately surrender in the console wars with Xbox? And why do gamers consistently choose consoles over PCs for the very experience Microsoft now claims is its crown jewel? Let's start with history. Microsoft entered the console market in 2001 with the original Xbox, aiming to challenge Sony's PlayStation 2 dominance and Nintendo's GameCube. Despite groundbreaking titles like Halo and Gears of War and innovations like Xbox Live, Microsoft never captured the market lead. Even today, Xbox Series X and Series S lag behind PlayStation in sales, leaving Microsoft with a loyal but niche fan base. If gaming were truly central to Microsoft's identity, why has the company struggled to dominate consoles? Microsoft may point to revenue from software, services, and Windows PC gaming as proof of gaming success, but here's the issue in the console space, where the mainstream audience plays. Microsoft has never won outright. Gaming, as an industry, is about accessibility and experience, not just dollars on the balance sheet. And that brings us to the core question. Why do people choose consoles over PC? Microsoft's argument leans on the idea that Windows is everywhere. Millions of PCs already exist, so gaming can happen anywhere. But most consumers do not want a PC. They want a plug-and-play device. A console is ready to go out of the box. Connect to a TV, pick up a controller, and start gaming. Minimal setup, minimal technical knowledge, zero driver issues. People stick to consoles because of simplicity, because they are not PCs. Gamers themselves have voiced this repeatedly. I don't want my Xbox to be a PC. I don't want to manage Windows updates before I play Halo. I just want to pick up the controller and play. And it's not just about consoles. Even on PCs, Microsoft struggles to satisfy users. Windows 11, the company's latest operating system, has been widely criticized. Forced upgrades, intrusive updates, hardware requirements, and UI changes that frustrate longtime Windows users. If consumers are reluctant to adopt Windows 11 on their desktop, what hope is there for them to embrace it as the base for a console experience? This dissatisfaction matters. Microsoft claims Windows is the largest gaming business, but that success is mostly invisible to consumers. You don't hear people praising Windows as the reason they play games. You hear them complaining about updates, start menu changes, and forced security requirements. People don't want their operating system dictating their playtime, and that's precisely why Xbox users resist turning the console into a Windows PC. They want gaming, not OS management. Surveys and user feedback consistently highlight frustration with Windows 11 system requirements, the redesign of familiar interfaces, and intrusive update cycles. Longtime PC users are reluctant to upgrade, and even when they do, there's a steep learning curve. This is a critical point. If Microsoft cannot make Windows 11 universally beloved on PCs, how can it convince gamers that the OS is the foundation of the gaming universe on console or beyond? Another tension is perception and culture. For decades, gaming culture has been console-centric, living rooms, TVs, and controllers. PC gaming has its own culture, competitive esports, modding, high-end graphic enthusiasts, but the mainstream audience associates gaming with consoles. Simplicity, accessibility, and reliability define that choice. Windows may be technically ubiquitous, but dissatisfaction with the OS adds friction rather than ease. Microsoft's vision of gaming everywhere is challenged, not just by consumer habits, but by their own software. So what does this mean for Microsoft's statement about Windows? There are a few interpretations. Number one, financial dominance. In terms of revenue generated from PC gaming, Game Pass on PC, Steam titles, Windows native games, Windows may indeed be huge. but revenue does not equate to consumer satisfaction or experience. Number 2, technical ubiquity. Windows is everywhere, but ubiquity does not replace the value of simplicity, plug-and-play accessibility, and living room gaming comfort. Number 3, strategic pivot. By emphasizing Windows and cloud gaming, Microsoft may be acknowledging that the console war, where Xbox has never overtaken PlayStation, is essentially lost. Their new focus is software, services, and multi-platform reach, not hardware supremacy. In short, Microsoft's claim that Windows is the biggest gaming business is technically defensible, but it's not without nuance. Windows 11 dissatisfaction illustrates a key problem. Consumers don't love the OS, they tolerate it. If they don't want to use it on a PC, they certainly don't want it as the basis for a console experience. Gamers overwhelmingly choose consoles because they are simple, accessible, and reliable, not because of Windows. Microsoft can dominate the back end, Windows, Game Pass, cloud gaming, but they cannot change the fundamental desire of players to pick up a controller and play without friction. Ultimately, Windows may be the biggest gaming business on paper, but the lived experience of gamers suggests otherwise. Between dissatisfaction with Windows 11, the enduring appeal of consoles, and friction inherent in PC gaming, Microsoft faces a delicate balancing act. They aim to reach everywhere, but must reconcile the human desire for simplicity with their corporate ambition for ubiquitous gaming. Until then, the console war, hardware struggles, and Windows grievances remain a cautionary tale in the story of Microsoft's gaming empire.